Welcome to today's lesson, where we will examine the factors that influence the demand of goods in an economy and learn to visually represent those changes in a demand graph. The number one influencer of demand is price. Remember that the relationship between price and the quantity demanded is an inverse one. It's simple. As prices rise and fall, the quantity demanded moves in the opposite direction. We can graph this relationship, and it looks like this. Price on the y-axis, quantity demanded on the x-axis, and demand represented by a line sloping down and to the right. The amount demanded is a point on the line. Now, price isn't the only factor that can influence the demand for a good or service. Overall demand can increase or decrease based on a number of things, namely population, income, the price of related goods and services, and consumer taste. Changes in any one of these will alter the quantity demanded without a change in price. Changes in population leads to changes in demand. More people means a higher need for goods and services, or vice versa. When incomes rise or fall, people demand more or fewer goods and services. Demand for a similar good will rise as the price of its competing good rises. A higher price for Coke will lead to more demand for Pepsi. Demand for a good will rise or fall as it becomes more or less popular. This usually happens slowly over time, but can happen overnight with fad goods. In this example, sales of cassette tapes peaked in 1989 at 442 million units before dropping to fewer than 275,000 units by 2007. Remember that changes in population, income, the prices of related goods, or consumer choice alter the quantity demanded without a change in price. We represent changes in any of the determinants of demand by shifting the entire demand curve, left for down and right for up. How do we graph these changes in overall demand? We represent this by shifting the entire demand curve to the right for up or to the left for down. In this case, an increase in population, income, or consumer taste shifts the demand curve to the right from D1 to D2. The quantity demanded moves from the red line to the green line. In this example, the price of Coke and Pepsi start off the same, shown by the line P1. The price of Coke rises to P2, and the demand for Pepsi shifts from D1 to D2. The quantity of Pepsi shifts from the red line to the green line. Recap. Price isn't the only factor that can influence the demand for a good or service. Overall demand can increase or decrease based on a number of things: population, income, the price of related goods and services, or changes in consumer taste. Changes in any one of these will alter the quantity demanded without a change in price.